Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Disappearance at Lake Elrod. And this is a new thriller from writer-director Fash, and it's also known as Through the Glass Darkly. I got this named Disappearance at Lake Elrod, so we're going to go with that. And this is starring Robyn Lively as Charlie, who's a woman whose child has disappeared, and now another one disappeared at Elrod, Georgia, and she thinks there's a connection, and she gets involved in the investigation, and she misses her child. You have Bethany Ann Lind, who plays Angela, her secret lover, because, guess not a great place, not a great time to be having a lesbian relationship. And you have this connection, their tenuous relationship, one blaming the other for the disappearance of their daughter. And you have all this tension, and then all of a sudden Shanola Hampton plays Amy as a reporter who comes in and teams up with Charlie and tries to get to the bottom of this. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot of characters. There's this prostitution ring. There's these rich people who are the Carmichaels, including Trip Carmichael's young man, unlike the son, and you have Judith Ivey, who plays Mama Carmichael, and they're these rich people, could easily cover up things, and definitely the sheriff knows a lot more than he's leading on, and there's just a lot of moving pieces here, and that's one of the things that draws back of this film, is that it could get really crazy trying to keep track of all the loose threads going on, and it also gets more complicated once we start to realize some truths about what's really going on with, say, Charlie and her perception of what's going on. And the film has plenty of surprises for you, and definitely towards the third act of this film and towards the second act going into the third act, there's a lot of reveals and twists that give a whole new framing of what's going on, and I was sold on them, honestly, and I think Rash painted a very interesting narrative with the different kinds of things actually going on, and this mystery has a lot of moving pieces, but when they come together, it's impactful, it's emotional, and the performances are strong in this film. I think Lively gives a very strong performance as Charlie, and you get to see her play off of Lind and Hampton and a lot of the other characters in the film. And there's some shocking things going on and some tragic things that really hit emotionally, and you feel invested in Charlie's struggle to find her daughter and what really is going on here and the horrible things that led up to these events in this small town. And it's decently well shot, it's pretty well paced, it's a thriller that I felt like elevated itself with some shocks and twists and turns, and that started maybe as like a watchable thriller with some solid performances, but as the film went on, things got more interesting and more compelling, and by the end, I thought this was a pretty strong thriller that Lauren Fash created here, and definitely Lively's performance at the center really elevated things. She gives such a strong performance, and you feel her struggle with what's going on with her personally, what's going on with the loss of her daughter, and the struggle that she's having with the woman she loves. And you have all these things coming together to deliver especially a big, impactful ending that I think will definitely shock you. If you see everything coming, good for you. It's all some things, but not everything. And it turned out to be a very, very intense and suspenseful and shocking conclusion to this thriller, and not many thrillers can say that anymore, so I appreciated that about this film. So if you're really into a good thriller, a lot of moving pieces, keep you on your toes, go check out this film. But those are my thoughts on Disappearance at Lake Elrod. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.